Dragon Ball Super Broly's release broke box office records. It got over $7 million grossed on its first day on Wednesday in the middle of a week. During a limited run, it only aired at certain times at certain theaters. Ours was only at 7 o'clock, and it only showed on 1,400 theaters across America, and still it grossed so much. It broke records for how much a limited run grosses in one day. I mean, the earnings from this thing make it the 5th highest earning anime theatrical opening of all time. What this all means is that every fan of Dragon Ball, or at least the majority of them, the bulk of them, they came out to support the movie on opening day, and I'm assuming the rest of them, just based on my comment section, are going to be going throughout the weekend to check out the movie and give it all the support. And as always, I urge you guys to go to the movie theater and pay that money, pay that $10 or whatever it is, I think 13, buy some popcorn and watch the movie, because that is the number that the world is going to be watching, how much seats this movie sells. And at this point now, I'm excited to see another movie. I want to see a Broly trilogy, and I would be lying if I didn't say that I'd rather see a new Broly trilogy and a new Broly movie more than I would like to see the Dragon Ball Super anime return. And if they do make another movie, I think Cooler meets Broly would be perfect.
Know your place, worm. Prepare yourself. Damn Saiyan.
To me, Cheelai was one of the supporting characters that I enjoyed the most in Dragon Ball Super Broly. I think she's actually one of the new characters that I like the most besides Broly, and this could have gone horribly wrong. This love story that seemed to be shoehorned into this movie from those that were covering the fact that she had a thing for Broly. Yeah, I feel like I was one of those guys that was against it, because I don't want to see a shoehorned love story into a Dragon Ball movie. The greatest love stories ever told have already been told with Vegeta and Bulma, Android 18 and Krillin, and of course my man Goku and Chi-Chi. But Cheelai, or Chirai, whichever way you want to pronounce her name, and Broly, yeah, they have something really remarkable, because it's almost like they have this relationship that mimics the Dragon Ball ones, but in a way we have not seen before. Now, I talked about this in my review a little bit, but Chirai, she is basically Green Bulma, as a lot of you guys pointed out before you even saw the movie or any clips of her. She kind of looks like Bulma. Well, to me, she acts like Bulma from the Namek arc, from the Saiyan arc, from early Dragon Ball. She acts almost exactly like her, with a few noticeable differences. But yeah, she's very similar to Bulma, and as you guys can tell by Broly and Goku's friendship, Broly's very much like Goku. He's like if Goku never modernized, if he was in the jungle the entire time of his whole adulthood, and up until this point, if he just was a wild child and was surviving on his own without Grandpa Gohan. That's kind of how I see Broly. He's that version of Goku, and he acts very similar to him, but at the same time, just like Chirai, he has his own separate quirks that make him a completely different character. So essentially, this relationship, in my opinion, ends up being one from early Dragon Ball, when we first meet Bulma and Goku, and that's awesome. I don't think this was intentional, and if it was, kudos to Toriyama and his team, but you guys have made a really great decision here, because again, that's basically what we have. We have early Dragon Ball where Bulma first meets Goku, and Goku is living out in the woods and he's sort of wild, he doesn't know anything. That's essentially what we got with these two. And I was worried that these two weren't going to be likable. We weren't going to know anything about Broly or really care about him. And we only wanted him to fight and be savage and go crazy. And then this chick was just going to be like this standard, like, we don't really give a shit about her type of character. But that doesn't seem to be the case at all. She literally pushes the plot forward immensely. They find Broly along with her friend. They both find Broly. They save him. She becomes friends with Broly. they've used fan service with her throughout the entire movie, which was an interesting choice, but it wasn't like grotesque. It wasn't too much. It didn't disrespect the character. I mean, there was that scene where she kind of moves her armor around and you kind of catch a glimpse of the girls as she's moving them around just to show Broly that the armor is flexible. And that was a subtle fan servicey moment. And then there's one point at the end where she's bending over, and I swear they cut back to her ass like at least 3 times. My wife was sort of laughing about it. She's like, oh really, gotta do her like that? But this character, she's got it all. She's adventurous, she's brave, she's strong-willed, and she's sexy. And with all those boxes being checked off, she's a strong female character in Dragon Ball and a great added character to the roster of Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z. She fits perfectly. Her interaction with Goku at the end, where she's basically talking for her man Broly, she's talking to Goku, she's wary, she thinks that Goku's here to kill Broly. She was actually very worried about him. That was one of the most sincerest moments in the movie, where she yells out, save Broly, send him back to his own planet, because at that same moment, just the way everything was timed, Gogeta meant business. Gogeta was already raffle stomping all over Broly, just tossing him around like a rag doll. And I kind of felt bad for Broly. You can tell on his face that he kind of bit off a little bit more than he can chew. And he still has a long way to go. But to face off against a fusion of 2 Super Saiyan Blue warriors of that caliber, it can't be easy for anybody. So Broly was about to bite the big one. He was about to get disintegrated by that Kamehameha wave. And then she saved his life and then immediately got out of dodge, because she knew that stealing the Dragon Balls from Frieza meant instant death. And they were almost to be killed, but Gogeta actually saved their life. So I can't praise this character enough, guys. She was a great addition, and she's got really no power in the conventional sense. And her storyline doesn't feel rushed. She doesn't feel like a Mary Sue, and she doesn't feel like annoying like a character like that could be. One that's pushing for girl power in a movie that really shouldn't be pushing that, honestly. It should be very subtle. Just like all her interactions, her stealing the remote, her stealing the Dragon Balls, her saving Broly, her living with Broly. All that stuff, it showed that she was an important character, a strong female character, without having to have a line where she's like, what, you don't think girls can do it? Something like that. That could have been dangerous. If she would have said something like that, then that would have left a bad taste in my mouth. But no, she fangirls over Broly from the very moment she sees him. It almost seems from the first moment that she sees Broly, it's love at first sight. She gets turned on when Broly kills that creature, and then at that point, she becomes friends with him, but she never oversteps her boundaries or anything like that. And so, again, this character was phenomenal. I enjoyed her the most, besides Broly and Gogeta. And you know what? I enjoyed every character, but she was definitely one of the new additions that I liked the most. Probably on the same level as Broly, I think. But let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of the new Bae of Dragon Ball. This is going to be Blackscape signing off. Take care, guys.